This morning, a committee in the state Senate is expected to take up a bill that would make it a felony to possess more than 4 grams of fentanyl. This April has been windy, dry, and snowless. That's making an already high fire risk even worse. We're talking about what our weather patterns mean and what the Forest Service in Frisco is doing to help ahead of the busiest fire season. And in this morning's Cool Schools, we're taking you to the Girls Athletic Leadership Schools of Denver, where they're combining academics with athletics. 9 News Morning starts right now.
So the Broncos didn't do anything on the opening night of the NFL draft. So what? They'd rather have number 3 on their team than a number 1 draft pick anyway. And they actually joke when Seattle made the pick that they should be watching Russell Wilson highlights. But now things get serious. Rounds 2 and 3 tonight. The Broncos have 3 picks, 9 picks overall. Cannot wait.
All right.
All right, Rod, thanks. Well, good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on this Friday morning. Gary, Corey, Natasha, Erica with you today.
Yes.
Everyone,
Happy Friday.
Look at you guys. You all match, sort of, kind of.
We've been like somewhat in theme this whole week, I feel like. Bright colors, you know? Yeah.
Even Ed has red on today.
Yes.
Red and pink.
We'll bring him in now. Hey, Ed.
See, Gary has her touch of red. Why, we all have a touch of red.
Touch of red.
Love it.
Touch of red, Dave.
Accidentally awesome.
All right. As far as our weather goes, we have mostly clear skies right now, and temperature stands at 48 degrees. So kind of a mild morning, but we do have a cold front off to the west of us. That's going to come through. That's going to change things up. Look what we had last night. Look at all the lightning strikes. We had a bunch of thunderstorms out on the eastern plains. They saw some lightning. Now they are moving out. However, later on this morning, we could see a couple of scattered showers around here. Then it kind of clears out by 10 o'clock. And by tomorrow, look at this, Saturday, lots of sunshine around here. So that's going to be a good day. For today, 64 degrees, windy. We could see gusts to 30, 45 miles an hour by this afternoon with some afternoon showers. Tomorrow, 67 degrees, lots of sunshine. Could be a little breezy at times, not a big deal. Sunday gets to 71, but we see an increase in clouds, chance for scattered showers. And look what that front is bringing on Monday. Only 55 degrees for high with a chance for showers or storms.
Ed, thank you. This morning, the Senate Appropriations Committee in Colorado expected to debate a bill that would make it a felony to possess more than 4 grams of fentanyl. That's according to our partners at the Denver Gazette. 9 News reporter Darius Johnson has been following the story in the newsroom. And Darius, there still could be a long way to go for this bill.
Hey there, good morning, Gary. Yeah, this bill is now headed to the Senate Appropriations Committee, where it is expected to be heard later on this morning before then moving to the Senate floor. However, if there are any amendments adopted, the bill would then have to go back to the House so they can consider some of those changes. Last night, the Senate Judiciary Committee voted 3-2 to advance House Bill 1326, which is meant to strengthen fentanyl penalties for dealers. Republican Senator Bob Gardner of Colorado Springs and Democratic Vice Chair Senator Julie Gonzalez of Denver were too often striking down amendments yesterday. Gonzalez believes the bill needs more work. There were a total of 19 amendments reviewed, 14 were adopted. Let's dig into some of those. One of the adopted amendments requires jails to provide medication-assisted treatments and appropriate withdrawal management care for those with substance disorders as they go to jail. The committee also adopted a grant program for law enforcement to investigate deaths caused by synthetic opioids. Another amendment adopted tasks Attorney General Phil Weiser with studying how kids are using social media like Snapchat to purchase fentanyl-laced drugs. Now, amongst the failed amendments, one of those was to make the push to make any possession a felony, including smaller amounts. It failed on all party lines. Now, another failed amendment, the Good Samaritan Clause, which states someone could face lesser charges if they provided fentanyl and stayed on the scene to help someone with an overdose. Now, more than 800 Coloradans have sadly died knowingly or unknowingly by taking fentanyl in 2021, which is up dramatically from 2020 and 2019. With this bill, lawmakers are hoping to prevent those numbers from increasing, and now it's going to go ahead and head to the Senate Appropriations Committee. So we will definitely follow this and be sure to keep you all updated on where this stands.
Keep track. They don't have much more time to get all this done. The session's over soon, but we shall see.
Yep, a race against the clock this morning, Gary.
Thank you. A powerful tool to reverse opioid overdoses is Narcan. 9 News reporter Mark Salinger explains how the drug brings people back from the brink of death.
It's so small it can fit in your pocket, but naloxone, or Narcan as a lot of people know it, can be a miracle drug for someone who is overdosed. It comes in a couple forms. It can be a nasal spray, or it can be injected into the body. Doctors call it an opioid antagonist. All that means is it attaches itself to opioid receptors and blocks the effects of the drug someone has overdosed on. We hear about overdoses all the time these days. They happen when someone ingests so much of a drug they become unresponsive. The drug overruns the opioid receptors in our bodies, slowing the speed of breathing and other vital functions. Soon, lips and hands start to turn blue. Within just a couple of minutes without oxygen, brain damage can start to happen. That's why time is so important. When naloxone attaches itself to the opioid receptors, it counters the effect of the drugs. Soon, it begins to reverse the impact of the overdose, but it must be administered quickly after someone overdoses. If it's given fast enough, the person can start breathing again within just a couple of minutes. They're coming back to life as the impact of the drug is blocked. Sometimes they can come back in a daze, often mad, scared, and aggressive as they're coming down from their high. But let's say someone is given naloxone by mistake. They haven't actually overdosed. The medicine has no effect on the body. It's a tool that fits in your pocket, powerful enough to save a life.
There is help if someone you know is struggling with substance abuse. The number for the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Hotline is on the screen right now. It is 1-800-662-HELP. They are available 24/7, both in English and Spanish.
Something else to note is that tomorrow is National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, a day dedicated to lowering overdose deaths. It's an opportunity for you to drop off unwanted or expired medicine so that the DEA can get rid of it safely. They will also take vape products and cartridges. Last year, Denver police collected more than 1,400 pounds of medicine. Drop-offs are anonymous. They won't ask you any questions. We have a list of drop-off locations on our website at 9news.com. Today is the funeral and procession for fallen West Douglas County firefighter Stephen Smith. Smith died in the line of duty last Saturday after the fire chief found him unresponsive in his vehicle. Firefighters were not able to save him. His funeral is at 11 o'clock this morning at the Douglas County Fairgrounds. After that, a procession will follow. South Metro Fire has that route posted on their social media. Developing this morning, Fort Collins police say a 6-year-old is dead because his mother did not properly store a gun. Police are now looking for the boy's parents. Police say earlier this month, Rosanetta McCall left a gun where her son could easily reach it. Police say her son picked it up and accidentally shot himself. The boy's father is also accused of tampering with evidence and lying during the investigation. Fort Collins issued warrants for both parents on April 21st. Police say they're concerned both parents have left the area.
Denver police say a 63-year-old man was shot and killed after trying to stop 2 girls from fighting in a park. This happened Wednesday night at La Alma Park near 13th Avenue and Osage Street. Police say Treveni Smith, the boyfriend of one of the girls fighting, pulled out a gun and shot and killed the man. Police then arrested Smith, and he is being charged with murder. New this morning, Ukrainian police in Kyiv say at least 10 people are hurt from a rocket attack on a residential building. This is just another reason that Ukraine needs help. President Biden is asking Congress to approve a massive aid package for Ukraine. NBC's Bree Jackson explains what's in it.
In a bold attack, Russia bombarded the city of Kyiv just hours after the UN Secretary General visited with President Zelensky and toured areas left devastated by Russian forces.
The war is an absurdity in the 21st century. The war is evil.
In response to the ongoing attacks, President Biden is asking Congress to approve an additional $33 billion in aid for Ukraine. It includes ammunition, armored vehicles, and humanitarian aid intended to last for the next 5 months.
It begins the transition to longer-term security systems. That's going to help Ukraine deter and continue to defend against Russian aggression.
The president is also seeking new authority to seize assets from Russian oligarchs.
We will not let Russia intimidate or blackmail their way out of these sanctions. We will not allow them to use their oil and gas to avoid consequences for their aggression.
The administration's latest request comes as Russia's assaults in eastern Ukraine gain momentum. The top U.S. diplomat urges Republicans and Democrats to act fast.
It is critical to ensuring that Russia's war in Ukraine is a strategic failure for the Kremlin and serves as a powerful lesson to those who might consider following its path.
The U.S. seeking to send a message of long-term support for Ukraine while warning Russia against future aggression. In Washington, Bree Jackson for NBC News.